This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so Mary J. Blige says Misa Hilton's $5 million case against her is just a cloud-chasing move to ruin her reputation, says Misa's management company doesn't legally exist in New York anyways. This is all over Vado. This wasn't even, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Vado is a great rapper, but there wasn't enough, like, this isn't even worth it. Like, all this over Vado? Like, come on, man. Like, there's too much drama with Vado's career. He was. There has to be a common denominator here at this point. It's first he was signed to Cameron, then he got signed. He got passed over to DJ Khaled, and then he took some shots at Cameron eventually. Right? Cameron had to take some shots back subliminally. Right? That's when he was like showing, like Cameron was saying, I save all my phones, right? Then Vado was on reality television, which is like, if you haven't made it as a rapper and you were trying to make it as a rapper, usually is a graveyard for a rapper, you know? Because it's either you get your start there or you end your career there. I've never really seen too many careers take back off after Love and Hip Hop, because now you're known as a reality star. Then he did some, like, remember he was with Tahiri and on some love thing, and then he got bashed for that because he got into like a physical altercation with her. Then now he signed to, I guess he was signed to Misa Hilton during that time, probably smashing, like they were probably messing with each other. This is Diddy's baby mom, right? One of his baby moms. And then why would you sign to Misa Hilton? Misa Hilton, bro? Then he signed to Mary J. Blige. So that was like coming from Misa Hilton. Misa Hilton, I guess, got in her feelings and took her to court. So, let's see. Hilton's Vado's manager signed to Blige's label. Allegedly, he was supposed to join the songsters on tour, but that didn't end up happening for some reason. According to Hilton's attorney, Nicholas Rumcher, his client had been deeply affected by this. Is that Vado's name? Ms. Hilton did not want to become this to become a public matter. She exhausted every avenue before resorting to the courts. These women were closer than biological sisters. So Misa and Mary J. Blige were close, I guess. I don't know that. Misa did everything to keep this private calls, texts, even letters to Mary's legal team. But after months of silence and missed obligations, we had no choice but to file. I don't know if Vado and Misa Hilton are together or what's going on, and then Mary J. Blige was going to do an opportunity for them. But obviously, none of this is working out. Let's see. Okay, so it says plaintiffs and their counsel appear to enjoy fabricating accusations that will be discussed in the press. Mary J. Blige says she's being harassed and coerced into a favorable settlement. Well, this is just a big mess. You know what? Just leave it alone. How about that? Vado, listen, like I said, Vado's a good rapper, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen, you know? Vado has 114,000 monthly listeners. And he's nice, too. It's a shame. I was really rooting for Vado. But Khaled really... Your beef should be with Khaled. Khaled's the one who dropped you. He did something with you, then his Snapchat career took off and he dropped you. Just like he did Ace Hood and a bunch of other people. That's who your real beef is with. Shannon Sharp allegedly settled the assault lawsuit for $23 million. That means that girl got $10 million, maybe $13 million. Who knows? But the lawyer takes about half usually in a case like that, right? So the lawyer's up. He went through all this and lost $23 million if this hadn't have been public, he would have a lot more money. Which makes me think, when people do stuff like this, there's some truth to it. Okay? That video was not going to look good that was going to come out. And now he has another case. It's like the Diddy thing. Like, if Diddy had just... He knew what he did with Cassie. If he had just, owned up to it, worked it out, he wouldn't be in the mess he's in now. Now Diddy's trying to get bail. We'll get to that in a second. So, Fat Joe's being protected by Roc Nation. They're going after the lawyer of the hype man that's going after Fat Joe. They're attacking the lawyer now and discrediting him. So once you go up go against Roc Nation, it's pretty much over. Okay, so I just don't see this is going to get quelched. It's going to cost Fat Joe a little bit of money, but not that much. This will get thrown out for sure. Okay, for sure. I don't see this going anywhere. Christian Rock, now Blueface's mom is coming out and blaming her for all everything that's going on with Blueface's kid is Christian Rock's fault. Well, it's really both of their faults, okay? Because they were both acting crazy during that whole thing, and they weren't taking responsibility, and it's really both of their faults, to be honest with you. You can't just blame one person. Kasu's dad that's testifying against him in court saying he was the shooter, he thought this would get him free. He's still a suspect in the case, and they're not releasing him. So this backfired on him, okay? He thought he was going to definitely be released and everything if he turned on one of his kids. He was trying to return him home to his other kids. I imagine that this is a father that was in the streets, influenced his son to be in the streets as well, and kind of got too into what his son was into, and as a result, he's in jail too. Regretting it 4 or 5 years later, Mellow Rax drops a track dissing Kodak Black. Kodak Black told... Mellow Rax used to be dating Kodak Black, right? And now she's with YB. Kodak Black said, well, that's always going to be my little thing right there. I've had that before. That's mine forever. It's like, bro, Kodak, chill out. It's like... But it's weird that YB's taking her on tour because she's supposedly still signed to Young Money. Supposedly. She's been signed to Young Money forever. And I don't know, man. She's okay. This little diss track to Kodak Black's all right, but she says YB better in the track and all that stuff. But it's like, you're just on tour with him right now. She's probably messing with YB, and that'll be over after the tour. Let's be honest. That's how this goes. So they're putting a bail package together for Diddy for $50 million. Probably will go through. I see him getting bail now and then going to sentencing in October on bail because, to be honest with you, the only thing they could charge him with from all the charges they charged him with, the only thing that stuck was the prostitution charge. I mean, that's a slap on the wrist, to be honest with you. It's not going to be a big thing. He didn't get the domestic, none of the other charges stuck. And they didn't charge him with real things that they could have, which was weird. The Comey woman that's on the case, she's now let go from the prosecution side. So I'm sure the judge is looking at this like, oh, you guys didn't even have your ducks in a row to go after this. You guys rushed this case, and you lost. I mean, you got a small win. So I see Diddy getting bail sometime in August. That's just a prediction. And I don't think Tory Lanez is going to come home. He's going to do it. He won his appeal. They'll hear it at the end of August, around the 18th. But what's going to probably happen is they'll hear the appeal and they'll do a time reduction from 10 years down to 3 or something like that. I don't see them completely letting them go. It would, I just don't see that happening because it would be a complete failure on the courts. And they don't like failure. That's why you see Diddy charged with something, you know, but like, yeah, that's what's probably going to go on there. Anyways, I will check you guys in the next one. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. This is for the people of Jamaica. Tired of sky-high energy bills from JPS? Take control and gain freedom from the grid with a quality Sun Gold power inverter. Do it yourself. No need for an installer. Just get an electrician to check your wiring. Amazon makes it easy to get a Sun Gold power inverter by handling the import fees at a small fee. This is the brain of your solar setup. Get the panels and the batteries in Jamaica. Start with a small setup and then build over time, adding batteries and panels. In October, I'll be live in Jamaica at my house installing this very inverter and showing you step by step how to get the inverter and all the panels and batteries. Click the link below to get your Sun Gold power inverter today.